to throw. He'll try to hit him with a screen. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. Up the middle they go. And he'll work this down inside the 35. Myles Garrett able to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Herbert. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Here's a 3rd down and 4. And in motion is Brown. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. That's out to Brown, right side, complete.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
That's taken in.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Herbert to the air again. That's right side and brought in by Williams. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing again, Herbert. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's in.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Now Justin Tucker for the point after. He's got it. And the Chargers will take a 7-0 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This will be returned from the 6. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive will start on the ground, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led.
And he will take this one in. 72 yards. Touchdown, L.A.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Pistol here for Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Herbert. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. That's caught left side by Hawkinson. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
That one caught by Hawkinson.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was third down. So Jim Harbaugh will make the move for the field goal unit. This will be an even 40-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the Chargers get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Herbert now on 1st down. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And he will score.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the 2nd quarter and the first 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
So, final seconds of this first half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. On 1st down, Herbert. Picked off by Chris Harris. And he is going to score a pick 6 for the touchdown. The defense comes up with the big play, and the pick 6 changes all the momentum. New leader in this one with that touchdown.
Mike, this is one of those plays at the end they're going to look back on and say that play changed the game. Not only do you create the turnover, you take it back the other way, and now you find yourself with the lead here in the 2nd half.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. He works free, right side. And he will dive into the end zone. 94 yards. Touchdown, Chargers. Greg, it is one of the most exciting plays in football. Rare that we see it, but when it all comes together and works out in a return for a touchdown, it is truly something special.
And it is, Mike. It is because we don't see it very often. In a world of the ever-increasing touchback, we don't see a lot of returns in this league. So when you get one, let alone one as exciting as that, man, it is fun to watch.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Now he'll air one out. That's caught! And he will score!
What a throw. I mean, Mike, you talk about arm strength, and you hear that so often kicked around the league, but to see a guy on the run, outside of the pocket, be able to not only keep his eyes downfield to watch his receiver break open, but then to be able to put that ball out there far enough on the money. The reality is there's just not a lot of guys in the league that can make that throw, and fortunately for this offense, they've got a guy and they've got a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception.
And he's into the end zone.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Tucker's extra point, up and good. And the Chargers have taken a 4-point advantage. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man downfield. It's Hawkinson. And he is out of bounds on on the other side of midfield. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, LA. He'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Handoff here, up the middle, and a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Second and a yard. He'll look to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they...
This is caught toward the side of the end zone. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
The extra point is up and through. And the Chargers go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This one taken at the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over?
Oh, we try to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Jack Gibbons. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6, but he does set up the offense with 1st and goal. At the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line. Task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take, half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
This is first and 10. Herbert to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield. Here comes second down. They'll run here. Lots of space. Past the 45. That's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
Brings up third down and 2.
Herbert looking to throw on third. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
If you can rush the passer, you can close out games, and that third down sack is going to go a long way to closing this one out. Forces 4th and long, a desperate offensive possession. It's going to all come down to this 4th down try.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. To throw, it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So you roll the dice on offense and you fail. But now you can't give up. Your defense has to go out there and get a stop. You have all 3 timeouts. You have time to get the ball back one more time on offense. So now your defense needs to answer the bell and give your offense one more shot.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's deep for the back of the end zone. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes.
Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. The clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz.
Oh, do you believe it? It's intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner.
And that's just the disastrous outcome on that last pass. I mean, yes, you have to stay aggressive, knowing you're trailing here late in the game, but you can't be reckless. Don't try to get it all back in one throw. That final pick, that might just seal the deal for their opponent.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That is incomplete with 1 second left on the clock.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look? And they were ready, and they took him away.
So this one is over. It's in the win column for the Chargers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.